Okay, so for all of you guys who are trying to make some sort of comparison with the Polaris project and the Morris Bishop International Airport project from 79 to 84, and also with the SU project that Gary started and brought to Grenada, there is no comparison. Okay? The whole financing model, the whole setup, the whole initiation of the projects are entirely different. Okay? The Morris Bishop International Airport, when Morris came in 79, he met a design project already, which was done by the Canadian government. Okay? So this project was already designed and ready to go. Of course, they might have had a little adjustment, but this project was ready to go. Okay? In terms of design. It was no concept plan. It was a full design package. Okay? As for the SU, that was Sir Eric Matthew Geary encouraging these medical schools to come to Grenada. Okay? Because they know they was going to make some good money from having an offshore American medical school for those students who could not get in to a United States medical school. Okay? So they knew the model was a money-making model. So the model was different. This was a money-making venture. Okay? Again, the Morris Bishop International Airport was another money-making venture and was to help facilitate tourism. Okay? Now, a hospital, while it is needed and everyone is in support of it being done, you have to be a lot more careful and meticulous about what you're doing. You're playing with people's life. And for the first 5 to 10 years or so after this is open, you're not going to see a penny in profits. Ask Trinidad. They have a teaching and research hospital, Dr. Eric Williams Hospital, down in Mount Hope. Okay? And guess what? The services are free. But then again, Trinidad could afford that. You know why? Because Trinidad has a 44 billion, okay, dollar GDP. Okay? Grenada has a little over a billion. So when you're going to take 75% of a nation's GDP, okay, and spend it into a white elephant hoax, Polaris, you better explain to the Grenadian people exactly what you're doing along the way. You can't spend 22 million and all you have to show for it is a concept plan. So again, let me break down the numbers. 8%, okay, the cost of construction. That is 20 million US. So that is 54 million EC. You said you've already spent 22 million EC, okay, which is half the 54 million, almost half. And all you have is a concept plan? No. Something doesn't add up. Now, I want you guys to understand some of the things that have to be done. And Mr. Williams came in the public domain and gave a laundry list of things that need to be done before the groundbreaking, okay? And not even 1/10 of those things have been done. In order to explain the 22 million, okay? He got into all the sub-site investigation, the architectural design, this, that, the other. Not 1/10 of those things are done yet to explain away that 22 million. So as I said, somebody has a lot of explaining to do. The project sponsor and Mr. Dolan has a lot of explaining to do. Now let me get into some of the things again that you have to do on this project. Again, we said this is a floodplain. So you have to do a thorough geotechnical investigation. That's going to take some money. And that has not even been done. Okay? Now you need a topographical survey of the site. That is a survey of the entire site, okay, with elevations, spot elevations. But let's say you're not going to do the entire site. You're probably going to do just where the building is for now, okay, the 15 acres. But you need a topographical survey for that site. And this is not no title survey. You need elevations throughout the site because you're putting a building on the site and you have to do drainage, okay? And you have to do grading. So you can't use no regular title survey for that site. That's going to cost a penny. A decent surveyor might hit you off at least 100 G's, easy, okay, for that site. And that's just for the 15 acres where the building is going to go, okay? and you spend 22 million. That still has not been done. A decent surveyor might hit you off close to 100 G's. Okay? Easy for that site because it's commercial. So the bottom line is this. The GSDP demands a full disclosure of the money spent so far on this project. Okay? Give us a breakdown of that 22 million spent. What you spent it on. Okay? The Grenadian taxpayer would like to know. As I have said, the Grenada Social Democratic Party will be the defenders of Grenada. We will bring awareness. And through awareness, there will be education. And through education, ultimately, there will be liberation from the clutches of charlatans and imposters. Diese Organisation wird für die heiligen Rechte des Grenadischen Volkes eintreten. This organization will stand up for the sacred rights of the Grenadian people. Take a look at what Ms. Candace Owen said, and we all might learn something from what she said. And I believe that she was talking generally about how things work in the world. You see a lot of things happening. And, some of us, we grew up a little naive. You know what I'm saying? We think, that you're going to make it based on merit. You see what I'm saying? But Candace Owen is dispelling that myth. And she's saying that these people do a lot of crazy things to advance themselves in the world. People in power and politics generally. Okay? So she was making a general statement about how that works in the world. And then she got a little specific about whoever she was talking about. But as I said, we can learn something from what she said.
You see, it's all crazy until you understand how the world actually works. You do not live in a meritocracy. These people, they steal,